your latest news update from Western Mass News.
I'm Chris Pisano with a look at your headlines. A vehicle accident in Palmer Tuesday afternoon claims the life of a 16-year-old student at Pathfinder Technical High School. Police say that student was driving an SUV and leaving the school when they were hit by a semi-truck on Sykes Street. The investigation is ongoing and the name of the student has not yet been released. Former President Donald Trump arrived at the federal courthouse in Miami Tuesday for an arraignment on 37 federal charges related to his handling of classified documents. U.S. Marshals arrested him and then booked him. Electronic copies of the former president's fingerprints were also taken. He pleaded not guilty to all the charges. And Springfield police are asking for your help with their search for a missing teen there on your screen. 16-year-old Alexia Feliciano ran away from DCF custody Monday night in the area of Industry Street. If you see her or you know where she could be, contact Springfield Police.
I'm meteorologist Jana Brown with a check of your forecast. Wednesday will be a first alert weather day as by the afternoon we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms coming through. And there is a low risk for a few strong to severe storms that may bring some strong to damaging wind gusts of 40 to 60 miles an hour. There's the chance for some small to medium sized hail and also frequent cloud to ground lightning as well as heavy rainfall. Now the timing of this is mostly going to be between about 2 and 5 p.m. for round 1, and then around 7 to 9 p.m. we'll get round 2, which doesn't look to be really a severe threat, but we may still see a few thunderstorms. Temperatures will climb back into the middle and upper 70s. Thursday is looking mostly dry. Cloudy in the morning, might get an early afternoon shower, but we'll definitely get some breaks of sun. Highs again close to 80. We turn cooler Friday, Saturday as an upper level low passes overhead, and each afternoon and evening we'll have showers and thunderstorms. Sunday looking a little bit brighter for Father's Day with highs in the mid 70s with a late day shower. Same for Monday, Juneteenth, and even Tuesday we could see a shower or two. And we're keeping an eye on a storm system across the deep south that may bring another threat for wet weather later next week.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.